everyone, as you can see by the title, we're going to talk about something that generally gets people all in a tizzy. So, first of all, if you do not know me, hi, my name is Marnie. This is my channel on YouTube under the name Ms. Gold Girl. And the reason I'm really thinking about these things is because I'm just under 6 months away from turning 50, which used to be considered old. And now that I'm 6 months away, I do not think that at all. But it definitely means I'm rethinking how I wear my clothes, what's gonna change, what isn't. And coinciding with that, I saw a picture on Facebook and I thought this is a great jumping off point for talking about ways to avoid looking old, looking frumpy. I am not a fashion expert. I don't know that really anybody is. We're all just trying to get dressed in the morning and not look ridiculous. These are suggestions. They are not rules. I am not running around enforcing them. There is no such thing as a fashion police. Let's just have fun. And I also need to say that this video does not just apply to the over 45, over 50, over 60 set. A lot of these are just good style ideas that I think for right now in 2022 will work. Let's start with one that annoys me because I'm guilty of doing this and I have no photographic proof because this happened long before the internet. Cardigans, but specifically, don't get worried here, specifically cardigans that are fine gauge knit, are closely fitted to the body, and stop like right at the top of your pants. Most of us had these back in the day, like in the 80s, to go over a dress or something. You kept it at your office. I was doing the bar mitzvah circuit in the mid to late 80s. So I had one in every color to match every dress that I had to wear to bar mitzvahs. That was a look in 1986. It seems like the overreaching theme of a lot of these suggestions is I'm seeing women who are wearing things that may have been on trend back in the day at the height of when we felt our best, and that is not necessarily the case anymore. If you still need or want to wear cardigans, some people are saying that the long cardigan silhouette is on its way out. I just don't see those Barefoot Dream cardigans going anywhere. I do see them getting replaced by shackets, which is a horrible trend that I am embracing. And then I'm gonna pull my Barefoot Dreams cardigans out again in a couple of years when it passes. But if you wanna be on trend and still have that shorter length cardigan, then my suggestion to you is go for a chunkier knit and have it be a looser fit. Not necessarily a boxy fit. You can get away with that if maybe it has a V-neck or you keep it unbuttoned, but generally a looser fit is more modern, it's more on trend, it'll make you look more polished and less like somebody's, I don't want to say grandma, because I would like to be somebody's grandma in the not so distant future. Someone's great grandmother. We'll go there. Number 2 of my suggestions, do not wear 3/4 length sleeves. Now, I work with Chico's on a regular basis. I am a brand ambassador. I have been for years now. There's lots of things I love at Chico's. I found the coolest pair of wide leg straight leather pants, faux leather pants. There's so many great things, but Chico's does hold on to stuff that their older clientele really love. Let's make that stop. So what I'm talking about are those 3/4 length sleeves. They cut you off in the widest, well, no, I mean, we got wideness happening here too, but they cut you off in the weirdest part of your forearm. They are not flattering. They just make your arms look strange, like T-Rex arms, and they're useless. If you get too hot, they're cut off in a weird way, so you really can't roll them up, and if you get cold, you cannot roll them to be full length. So what are we doing with those? Buy a shirt, specifically a button-down shirt, that has a full-length sleeve. Just make sure that it fits loosely enough on your arms that you can roll it up. That way, you can customize the length of the shirt to stop exactly where you want. A little bit more like bracelet length is definitely more flattering. And then if you get cold, you can unroll it and continue to wear it all year round. On to point number 3. Let's take another look at the photo that inspired me to make this video. And something that stands out to me on some of these women is the type of top they're choosing to wear. And like I said, I have worn this. I have shirts like this currently. And I'm talking about boxy, ill-fitting shirts that are paired with boxy pants or a shapeless skirt. I am completely cognizant that in this stage of life particularly, we are more self-aware of certain parts of our body that don't look the same as they did back in the day. Specifically on me, it's my stomach. I'm like, where did this come from? And so I understand wanting to hide under baggy, boxy, loose fit clothing, but it's actually just making you look heavier, shorter, dumpier, and by you, I mean like the collective you, me included. So what do? Oh, there's a few things you can do. You can take that boxy shirt and set it on fire. No, I'm kidding. You can take the boxy shirt and just do a little bit of a front tuck or a little bit of a side tuck. I know that exposes specifically maybe your stomach that you're trying to hide, but it actually fools the eye because it breaks up all those lines. It makes you look less like a box, and suddenly it goes in a little bit here, and then it goes back out. If you don't believe me, just try it in front of the mirror and see what you think. If you don't agree with me, we're all friends here. It's not gonna really bother me. The other idea is to find tops that naturally hide that part of your body. I'm just gonna stand up really quickly. This is an incredibly inexpensive fine gauge knit sweater. They're not all bad. This one's from Walmart, and look, it's a little peplum. So it's generally fitted here. The waist is loose, and obviously it covers my tummy. Asymmetric tops are all the rage right now. This is a trend you can jump on because that line is not up and down. It makes the eye look in other directions. These are all easy ways to fool the eye. And back to the boxy shirt paired with the boxy pants. The general rule of thumb, at least these days, is pick one loose fitting item per outfit. If you're wearing a very loose like tunic or oversized top, then wear more fitted pants. I personally think the Daily Ritual Tensile joggers, which go in and out of stock all the time, they skim the body without being tight. They're not sweatpants material, so you look a little more put together. I think it's a very appropriate material, well, for everyone, but especially our age group. And my other suggestion is if you want to wear knit pants, try finding a different knit than jersey. That seems to cling to all the bumps and stuff. I just bought some jersey pants and I was like, what? Marnie, what were you thinking? These are terrible. It showed me every bump and lump and more than I knew I had. Go with a heavier fabric that can still drape. So I'm talking about Ponte knit in a wider leg, straight leg pant, cropped at the appropriate length, which we'll talk about in a moment. That's a great alternative. Ponte leggings, as we're moving into fall, they just hide a multitude of sins. They're still soft and stretchy like jersey, but they're more flattering. Now I talked about cropped length. This one is not just for us older ladies. This is for everyone. This is the most asked question I've gotten in the last couple of months. My DMs on Instagram is, what length should I wear my pants? And the one thing that to me screams dated, older, frumpier, is capri length pants. We've seen them. I can name 2 or 3 stores off the top of my head, Chico's, Walmart, that sell capri length pants. Let's stop the demand right now. Just say no, ladies, because I don't care what age you are. These are just the most unflattering length for everyone. It cuts you right at the widest part of your calf. It cuts your legs down. It makes me, I'll just say me, it makes me look shortier, stockier, dumpier, and frumpier. Whether it's pants or jeans, make them stop about an inch above the ankle bone. That's the sweet spot for almost every style of pants, except obviously flare pants or the wider leg. You can have those cropped or you can drop them, just skimming the floor. But for most of us wearing straight or like skinny type jeans, an inch above the ankle is the way to go. I have lost track of the tips. I think I'm on tip 5. My suggestion for number 5 is chunky jewelry. We need to be careful with chunky jewelry. We all know exactly what I'm talking about. I know what just popped in your head. The big chunky earrings. Not so much statement, but just like there's just a lot. Paired with possibly 3 or 4 big chunky stone, usually brightly colored. And then we're gonna have the matching chunky bracelets. So I'm gonna say chunky jewelry and matching sets. For now, it's more like delicate necklaces. You can pair some in different lengths. I'm wearing just simple studs today. These never go out of style. You can wear a longer earring, you can wear a statement earring, but even the statement earrings that we've been seeing lately, they still have very clean lines to them. There's not a lot going on here. I've been guilty of wearing, oh man, I went through a phase. Most of you are here for that. You know what I'm talking about. That's just a look that I think younger people can pull off, or even these days, the trend is for delicate everything, and delicate is classic. Just no chunky, no matching sets, like earrings, necklace, and bracelet. That's a lot. I do have some suggestions for jewelry at different price points, like what I have on here. These are Dean Davidson, and this is Dean Davidson, and these are a higher price point. although I do have a 25% off code for that. But then this is from Uncommon James, and this is a great brand for on-trend but very appropriate jewelry at a moderate price. So I'm gonna list a few of my favorites that you've actually been seeing in the last few videos on Instagram. So there are some options there. As we move down the body, let's get to point number 6. And I know some of you are gonna get really irritated with me right now, and I'm gonna hear the but Marnie. If you have a reason not to listen to this, it's fine, it's fine. I'm just telling you in general, and there are always exceptions to every rule, this is generally the rule of thumb, not wearing some kind of heel. Okay, I know what you're gonna say, but I can't physically wear heels anymore. I'm not suggesting that all of us walk around in 4-inch stiletto heels. I spent the week in heels, and I will admit that my legs looked way better in heels, but I don't recommend spending your life in heels. At this point in my life, I'm old enough to say, no, I'm not wearing those. There are more comfortable options. I'll save the heels for a special occasion, but it's not something that I can wear all day, every day. What I'm saying is, you've all seen them. The rounded toe, black or navy, just flats. Those are not flattering. And actually, I've spoken to several orthopedic surgeons when I tore something in my knee who said that a heel of 1 to 2 inches is actually better for you than a complete flat shoe. So find something with a little wedge. Even a pair of sneakers. Dolce Vita has like a hidden wedge in their, I think it's the Xena sneaker. There comes in a million colors. I'll link those below. It elevates the leg just ever so slightly, elongates you ever so slightly, and apparently also puts less pressure on your back and your knees. If you insist that you have to wear flats, or you just like wearing flats, I have flats, I get it. Make sure they're more modern. Like, avoid the rounded toe and the all one color thing. Look for the pointed toe. That's been around for a long time. Maybe something with a little bit of embellishment. I absolutely love the new shoes from Chico's. This is not sponsored. And these black studded loafer mules are very cool, very on trend, very modern. They have a tiny little heel in the back with padding. There's lots of similar options like this. I recently shared one. I doubt it's in stock, but I'll share the picture of it, of a loafer I found at Walmart. This fits the bill. It's a flat, but it's very much on trend without being trendy. All right, lucky number 7. This one is tricky. It's one of those things where if you see it, you know it's wrong, but you can't necessarily define what it is specifically. And I'm talking about tiny prints, tiny florals, lace. Sometimes it's okay. Although I'm thinking of the prairie trend that's big right now. I think that's awful on anybody. Anyway, I've talked about that and the trends I'm not wearing. So those have tons of tiny prints and tiny florals, and I just think they look terrible. I don't care if you're a supermodel or if you're me. And I have some hanging in my closet. I know. But generally no. But I'm talking about usually paired with an ill-fitting t-shirt that's kind of boxier, or it could be those weirdly cut tunics, and they have a floral print to them, but the print it's just not right. Like, it's not bold and modern and abstract. They're just like teeny little flowers scattered around haphazardly all over, front, back, but there's just nothing. It's just covered in flowers. Sometimes they make it even worse and they add lace around the cuffs or on the neckline. I just think it's not a look that's particularly flattering on anyone and does make us look dated if we choose to wear it. There are ways to wear florals and prints. I love them both, but you're looking for something that's maybe a little more abstract or big. That's my problem. Like, I can't describe it, but you know it when you see it hanging up at the store. Or maybe you don't, and that's why we're watching this video together. But hopefully you get my drift, and we can move on to number 8. And this one's a weird one. I get this question asked at least once a month, usually on a YouTube video, and they have said, have you gotten your colors done? What season are you? I remember that book. I think it was in 1985 it was released, and I remember the Park District where I lived actually had a class that you could pay for on how to find out what season you are, meaning what colors. Are you a winter, a summer? I assume the spring meant you wore pastels, the autumn was more colors like this. I don't know. That was 1985. The 80s are not exactly known for the best fashion choices. So I would say stop choosing your clothes based on what season you think you are or what the lady who read your colors told you to wear. Here's how you pick what colors you want to wear. You put it on. You pick a color or something, you put it on, you look in the mirror. Do you like what you see? That's the color for you. Maybe bring a friend with who can be objective and they can tell you, you know, that kind of washes you out. Maybe you're not sure, so pick a few different options and whichever one you feel the best in, that's the color for you. Like, I think I look pretty good in this rusty color. Like okay, granted I'm pretty pale, but I think I like it. I'm feeling good in this. I feel equally as good in bright jewel tone colors like a bright blue or a bright red. There are some pastels that I feel really good in as well. I personally know that there are certain beige tones that make me look dead. I'm going to avoid those, but you learn that over time. My advice is stop saying you can only wear what that lady back in the 80s told you who read your colors and just go with what makes you happy. And when in doubt, there's always black. And then my last tip, if you are still here, and I hope I haven't lost half my audience by offending most of you, is if you feel like you're looking old, you feel like you're frumpy, take a look at your makeup. Now, this isn't fashion specific, but my YouTube channel started as a beauty-oriented channel, and if you are still sporting the same makeup look that you did 10 years ago, wearing the same products, it is time for a refresh. Now, generally speaking, some of the techniques are timeless, but where we place our blush these days, the inclusion of bronzer is something a lot of people, if you're doing your makeup 10, 15 years ago, maybe weren't using bronzer. You might like exactly what's looking back at you, again, at the mirror, but the products you're using are out of date. Not literally, I mean, I'm not meaning they're expired, but new products have been developed that will suit you better. They're lighter in weight. They're not gonna sit in the fine lines and wrinkles that did not exist 10, 15 years ago. They have all kinds of great options. Your skin has probably changed as far as the needs and the general tone. So a little makeup refresh is a great way to kind of get a jump on looking more modern, looking more youthful. There's certain trends that just aren't done anymore. The one that I see the most around women my age is the eyeliner all around, the black eyeliner all around, or the black eyeliner, heavy black eyeliner only under the eye. We just don't do that anymore. Those were 9 tips, suggestions. We're just having fun of ways to not look old, not look frumpy, feel your best, look more youthful, all those things. Please do check the description box for specific concrete suggestions that I have for some of these points. I'd love to hear back from you. And remember, we're all friends here. Let's be nice and let's have a little bit of fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.